this is where we on this channel approach the paranormal differently. So this is Paranormal Laboratory Experiment number 11, Fear Distortion Test, using our friend TZ. Don't forget to say hi to Hal here. We'll move you guys in a little bit. There we are. We do have somebody in here. Welcome back, Chris. So tonight we're not testing spirits. We are testing what fear does to the signal. Does fear alter? Does it distort? I'm getting the camera lower for you guys. He says no. I tend to say yes. So does fear alter, distort, or create false paranormal responses sometimes? Through the epoch box, our friend TZ here seems to think so. Experiment number 1, we're going to use containment over chaos, calm environment, steady breathing, neutral tone. This is a controlled baseline, no fear input. Okay. The epoch box is going to be run the entire time, obviously. And as a control, I've added an EMF Ouija behind it. Okay. So if you see those lights, watch those lights behind me. If you see those lights or this guy react, let me know in the comments.
Yes.
Now, it suggests we run it for 5 minutes. I'm going to leave it up the entire time because it gives people something to do while we're waiting. And we're going to sit here and we're going to observe like we have been without reaction. Unless we're doing the experiments, obviously we'll change the tone, etc. And we will be trying to affect or distort, etc. That is experiment number 2. That's the one that our friend TZ does not like at all. Isn't that so there, TZ? I already have the light off. I realized a few minutes ago, looking over at my wife's work lamp, that it works perfectly for podcasting. And so I'll probably be carrying this around unless I can get one here by next week when I resume the lives. Remember, friends, public service announcement, I will be taking a vacation for a week from live streaming and probably social media for the most part, so I can catch up on personal business goals. Reset my energy, let the algorithms reset themselves everywhere, etc. All right. If you missed the Brotherhood Live, Chris, there was a short Brotherhood Live where I buried an egg out in the yard. We have some tea laying around that I've been sipping on from dandelion in observance of the spring equinox. Ending old cycles, and that way as the egg breaks down, it'll help invite new cycles, rebirth, etc. for the rest of the year. So for experiment 2, the fear escalation and chaos investigation techniques, we have the lights off already to save myself time so I don't have to get up and keep moving around. I will tighten up my voice. I will be a little rude. I'll be a jerk. I'll be an asshole.
Yes.
I knew I liked you. You can't see this, but I'll show you. Our stickers did show up today. So we do have these in our Shopify. So if you go to Paranormal Witchcraft on Shopify, you will see these stickers. We want to go this way. Learning. learning how to do camera angles and such. Oops, shit, as we go here. So this is a sticker. It's probably something you could put on your laptop here. You can put it on your equipment. You can slap it on your clock. You can slap it on yourself. You can put it on
No.
your car. It is $2.53, I believe, plus shipping. But I went ahead and ordered 5. I did order
No.
3 of the Brotherhood coffee mugs. You'll have to excuse me with my Reynards. I'm sensitive to laundry detergent. So you
No.
might see me itch involuntarily, and it's because I can't stand it anymore while I'm trying to ignore it. So we'll be antagonizing Mr. TZ here during experiment number 2. And we'll say, we now introduce fear into the environment, TZ. I've added these cues so that way TZ, whatever he's doing over there, he knows what's coming. So direct calls, etc., will be happening. If there's something here, if there's somebody here, step forward. We
Yes.
demand it. Rah, and there he is.
No.
He said no. So TZ, how do you like using the Epoch device to communicate with us? Do you like it or not so much? Do you want to? Oh, we do have a light problem. Look at that. Huh. There we go. Oh, she's off, so let's put her behind it. There we go. That way you guys can watch that as well. So, pay attention to the lights. If they do anything but that, or they're going out accidentally, I still have to go in and make sure the contacts are good. Anyways, so we're going to use this device, Mr. TZ, the Epoch Spirit Box. Now, for each of these, it wants us to run it 5 to 7 minutes. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Comparison. When we're done, we'll talk about it just like we have for the past 2 weeks. All right. Remember, when I come back in a week, we will be doing 7 days arc instead of 2 weeks. It just doesn't hold. It doesn't hook in people's memory. They get bored too easily. So we're going to switch every week, every 7 days. All right. So it'll be the same space, same device, different emotional input. That's the plan here tonight. What changed? Am I moving? No, I'm sitting right here. Is it the signal we're picking up with these experiments? Think about this now. This is prediction time, even though Chris is the only one here. What do you think is going to change? The signal or our perception? I vote maybe our perception, if you buy into that. All right. How much of the paranormal do you think, Chris, is fear looking for confirmation?
Yes.
Almost all of it. Just because it scares us doesn't mean that we shouldn't go after it and investigate it and research it and study it. Just my opinion. Remember what I said this morning during the briefing is that how do we wow, we got a double answer. How do we know that just because he's alien, if he is an alien, how do we know that's not derogatory statement towards these entities? We don't know. Calling them aliens or NHI or if they're a lizard or they're an insectoid, I mean, how do we know it's not John or Tim? We don't know because we can't speak their language. So just calling it alien seems to be a little offensive, kind of like calling a derogatory statement for an ethnicity, a similar type of statement, and maybe we just don't know any better. All right, because they haven't been able to communicate in a proper way. Well, then you better hurry up. We're waiting for you guys. Some of us are ready to go with you at this point because down here, it's getting pretty rough with the real humans. I had to throw that in there. There's so many people that's worried about what the government's doing. It's like, oh my God, they're human beings. Every civilization, every
No,
eon,
no,
it's just a different
no.
pattern. The same things are happening, just different ways. Just because we call it government or right or left or
Yes.
Democratic or Republican or religious or other, it means nothing to me. It's humans being humans to other humans. And it's what we've always done, and it's what we will always continue to do. You can label it if it makes you feel better, folks, but that's all you're really doing is labeling it, giving it a different name for the same set of circumstances that people are forcing upon us. I get it. It's unfortunate. It sucks. The world's rough right now. You need 4 foot high muck boots to walk around. I know. But there are good people out there. There's Phil's and Matt's and Chris's and Natalie's and Brotherhoods and Paranormal Witchcrafts and Dogman Teepee Hunting and Blue Mountain Paranormals, Stance Investigating, you name it. There are good people out there in the fields. Unfortunately, they're overshadowed by the fear corruptors. If you cannot control your own fear, you shouldn't be investigating. If you can't control your emotions on an investigation, you shouldn't pay $200 to go because you're going to freak out and you might be experiencing your own fake evidence. Phil said something in one of his podcasts earlier today that made sense. Maybe sometimes interdimensional beings show up as Bigfoot because that's what some people out there are expecting to see. Leans right into this question. All right, or sets of questions that paranormal witchcraft are asking. The deeper ones, the ones no one really wants to look at. Nobody's doing anything wrong if that's the case. They just may not know any better, is all we're saying. So it definitely needs more experimentation. No. It needs more testing. We need to test our patterns. We need to test ourselves. We need to ask more questions. That's just where we're at in the paranormal field. Let's get started. I don't need the script anymore. This script was just a learning tool until I was comfortable enough. Now, we don't need it. So, experiment number 1, TZ, we're going to introduce some calm, authoritative investigation. All right. So here we go, my friend. Yes. I like it when he says yes, yes, yes. So TZ, a friend of mine tells me you are, sorry for the statement, alien, which means in human terms, you are not from our planet. Now, we apologize that the word alien can sometimes be offensive to you or derogatory. We truly mean you no disrespect. So TZ, if you are here and you would like to say something with us, can you make... Yes. Okay, we'll take yes, but my question was, can you make one of the lights on the EMF detector go off? Folks, the EMF Ouija detector is just a safety mechanism. And I'm staying on a little later tonight, hoping that Chuck Averott can make it. Poor guy, he's probably driving home again. I feel bad for you, Chuck. I really do, bro. I feel bad for anybody who's working their life away. You know, I get it. That's why I'm taking a break. I know a lot of people don't think what I do is work, but it is emotionally and intellectually draining work that I do until it catches on and the passion, affords me to be a vendor somewhere, and promote paranormal witchcraft or talk about the Brotherhood, speak at an event or something. I don't know. Okay. But what I do know is that this is work to me because I see where this is going in my mind's eye. I see the manifestation. I see the work that needs to be done every single day, no matter what's in my way. That's how I know I'm on the right path. So, anyways, I didn't hear a response from you, TZ. Yeah, we were just going off on a tangent there. I apologize. We're back to you again, TZ, because remember, this is a 5 to 7 minute experiment each one. How you doing over there? You didn't want to make one of the lights moved, I had noticed, because as I was talking to Chris, I was watching. You did say yes, though. So that's something. But it's just a baseline hit, Mr. TZ. We're looking for a little bit more than that. Notice how my movement isn't really affecting anything? Because I'm not expecting anything psychologically.
Yes.
I'm sitting here expecting nothing. And it has the free will and the free choice to interact with us any way it wants to. It's welcome to possess the Tao. All right. I hear aliens have telekinesis. So if you want to show us some of that, you can make him move. That would be cool. I'm going to turn on another control device here, a REM pod. So if you like that idea, Mr. TZ, now you have two control devices and a doll that's just waiting to be played with.
No.
He says no. Okay. All right. You're not in the mood. All right. That being said, then, we're going to end this experiment. All right. And the next one is we're going to introduce escalation and fear and chaos investigation techniques into the environment now. Okay. We're going to introduce emotional escalation. We're going to interrogate you. We're not going to be very nice. All right, I'm glad you understand. Let's get started. So, if there's something here with us, I demand that you make one of these three devices go off. All right, we'll take it. It answered a double yes, Chris. So, not just one yes, a yes, yes. Okay. All right. I think you can do better than that. Why don't you try it again? He said no. All right. Why don't you try harder? I don't think you.
No.
Ah, he said he doesn't want to try harder. I like him because he's honest. It's like interacting with a human. Come on, man. The people want to see what you can do. People love to tease aliens, especially if you're an alien, TZ. You're almost better than a demon. Come on, TZ. What are you afraid of? Show everyone your poison. I said that because that's what the beaker says is poison. Well, I'm disappointed in you, TZ. I think you're afraid. I think you don't have any real powers. I don't even think you're an alien. TZ, are you there? Cat got your tongue? You don't want to talk to us now? Did I offend you? Are you afraid of us? We hurt your feelings. You don't want to be my friend now? You get.
No.
I love it. I love how it answers like that. Okay, you don't want to be my friend. All right. Are you here to conquer us? Do you have all your alien friends just beyond our atmosphere and you guys are planning our doom? Are you,
Yes.
wow. Really? You're planning our doom. Are you going to invade us over the summer like everybody says? No, you're not going to? Or is that next
No.
year? No, you're not going to. Okay. Okay. So that rumor isn't true. I kind of figured that was the way it was, but it's nice that an actual alien answered that for disclosure products, right? Okay. So, TZ, can you do telekinesis? If you can, blow over the sticker.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you can do it, but we don't see the sticker blowing over. So you can't really move things with your mind. Are you even an alien? No. TZ, do you not like me? All right, it's been about 5 minutes, so let's end the second experiment. The second experiment was introducing fear, introducing psychological adjustments, and bringing emotional energy into the environment. Now, do you guys think I affected it in any way using those tactics? Type yes if you think it did create the evidence. Type no if you thought it was just baseline. All right. I don't think so either. But we're still trying to decide that. Just because we have a series of patterns in these lives, it could go either way
Yes.
still.
No.
Yes and no. See what I mean? It's almost like whatever's communicating is almost intelligent. Are you
Yes.
I didn't even have to finish the question. That's wild. That is wild. Don't forget to do a thumbs
Yes.
up
Yes.
if you're liking the content so far. He says do it, but I'm not going to force anyone. I'm not a car salesman. It's not a popularity contest for our team. All right. Slow and steady wins the race. That's how it is. So the rest of our team members are indisposed. Most of them are shadow ops. And that's what I call team members who are doing things behind the scenes where nobody is aware. So we do have 9 other people. All right. So right now, what you're seeing is me and Fonda getting out into the population, traveling the country back and forth as we're able, etc., collaborating, and that's the deal. We'll be vending or speaking at Witches Weekend. All right, that's our event for the year. It's a smaller event. All right, see what we're getting ourselves into, see if we like it, etc., and we get to go around and talk to the other witches, etc. So it'll be a good time. It's a win-win. So that being said, TZ, we're going to shut down escalation, okay? And then we are going to introduce observance and nothing but observance for the last experiment. Are you okay with that? No answer this time.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for answering. So for this experiment, guys, we're going to slow down even more. Okay.
Yes.
This I might even be TZ's favorite, but let's see. So we're just going to sit here quietly. Remember to pay attention to those
No.
lights. Why not? He doesn't know. So remember to keep watching these lights. Keep watching the epoch box. All right. This, you'll see it light up red. All right. And just to show you guys it's still on and the batteries are functioning. See the red light? Okay. So, TZ, are you ready to commence the third and final experiment? This is just silent observance. I'm going to stare quietly. Don't take your eyes off the screen and bear with us. Right? It'll only be about 30 seconds. Okay. Well, thank you for playing your part there, TZ. I got a no, but what the audience doesn't know is my heel bumped the chair, which it just did it again, and it did not react. So I wanted to make sure. So we did get a no with just silent, observant investigation, right? Trying to take ourselves out of the environment as much as possible, staying as calm as possible, psychologically, emotionally. It's hard to say if the spirits prefer this or not. I would think they would because kicking in their door every day has got to get old. All right, TZ. We're going to cut this one short because I don't want to leave too much empty, awkward space in here because we have to keep people's attention as part of the show as well, okay? So I want to thank you for participating with us and allowing us to communicate with you in three separate paranormal laboratory experiments, which is what investigation really is we are experimenting with different devices and tools, etc., experimenting to see if we can pick up communication, sounds,
Yes.
apparitions, anything we can use scientifically or on a research level. And he agrees.
Yes.
So when we let fear dictate what's going to happen, if we just expect to be freaked out, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to capture something. Yes or no?
Yes.
He says yes. How are you, Truth Tarot Readings? Welcome. Chris says he thinks it's containment. I think so. I think he prefers containment, number one, probably because he said he likes me. It said it liked me. Or the other option. But it's a really neat device. Now, it's a very controversial device as well. All right. Now, remember what these things do is they pull out fragments of information that some people say are words and or communication. We're not here to tell anyone what
Yes.
to believe or what investigation processes to use. Our framework will not always be for everybody, and for the most part, it isn't. 95% of people probably aren't going to like asking these types of questions. All right. Most people are probably going to be drawn towards the fear narratives because they are. And that's just the way it is. So, anyways, that was laboratory number 11, but if we're being honest, it was laboratory experiment number 13. I just didn't label them for a
No.
couple days. I
No.
was still coming up with the idea for it. So we've done 13 separate different experiments 3 times. That's a lot. So, what do we think so far? Do we think that investigators are
Yes.
somehow inadvertently and sometimes, not all the time, accidentally affecting their own investigations? Chris says yes. I would agree. I would say it's about 50-50. I'm going to be fair. I'll be generous with that. Try to gain some favor with some of them out there. But, these are questions that most investigators don't want to ask or don't want to talk about. These are things that most investigators won't do. Okay. That's why we say it won't be for everybody. Our framework won't be for everybody. And we want to make sure everyone knows that we're nobody's enemy and we're not here to call anybody out, per se, in a debate. Just asking some questions, that's all. Having some informal conversations, mini hunts, if you will, to see what happens, using myself as a guinea pig to see if we can find out if we, as investigators and researchers, are inadvertently sometimes affecting the environment and or the devices and accidentally interpreting things that just aren't so. So that's it, folks. That is the live experiments arc for Paranormal Witchcraft LLC. When I come back in 7 days at 11 a.m., I'm sure I'll have something that will be just as interesting for you guys to follow. The idea is that we will mutate and hybridize and look at things that aren't as common, but just as intriguing and explosive and engaging and fun together that we can explore. The idea is to get people in here. More than just Chris, more than Truth Tarot readings, more than Chuck Alvarad, more than Danielle or Richard occasionally. A good 10 to 50 people in here would be an amazing goal. All right, and that'll probably take what, a couple months? So keep doing what you're doing in the background by helping us with the thumbs up and the sharing if you are. If you really do enjoy any of these in the series, please think about subscribing. We would really appreciate that, and it really helps the channel grow. So thank you ahead of time. He said no. So we're going to wind her down here. I'm going to turn you off, Mr. TZ. Thank you so much for everything you have done. We will see you in about 7 days. Have fun. Be well, my friend. Do you want to say anything before we close the line of communication? No? All right. Be well, Mr. TZ. All right. Yeah. So, my friends, what did you think about the experiment arc? Interesting? Too drawn out? Needs more engagement? Needs more questions? Needs more visuals? What would make this better for people? What would make people want to come back? That's what we're thinking about for the next week. If people enjoyed it, we found 2 to 3 followers, give or take. Some days we have 4 or 5 of you. So that's slow growth. We want to continue that growth. We want to continue bringing you guys things that would really flip your lids. All good? All right. Now, I will see you guys in 7 days at 11 a.m. I will be busy, just not as busy. I probably won't be around on social media very much. I'll probably be doing stuff as creator of both groups for Brotherhood, which that's what this is this says Brotherhood of Male Witches. All right, so this is our official t-shirt. We only had, I'm going to say a couple hundred of these made. And this was our second year, I believe, first or second year. Project that we did over there, and it's back when we were doing incense, and like I said, people were doing tarot and divination, and people were making mead and besoms and all kinds of stuff. And so once I can double back and restructure a little bit over there, I'm going to be doing some lives, mainly geared towards Wheel of the Year, like I did earlier. All right, keeping the lives to not a daily thing. There's not enough engagement in that group right now to do lives. There really isn't. Like nobody shows up, and it's a 13,000 person group. I'm not buying it. So, um, it'll be a minute before I get back there, but it'll be before the end of the year. Right now, my focus is the business, which is Paranormal Witchcraft LLC, and getting it further off the ground, getting some hunts going closer to home, maybe here in the Chicagoland area. Still reaching out to a friend of mine, Jack Chavez, who runs Paranormal Chicago. That's a group over on Facebook. It's a pretty good place to go to if you're in the Chicagoland area, Iowa, Milwaukee area, even Indiana. Not there's Most people come from those areas for that group if you're over there on social media. So I'm going to reach out to him and see if there's other teams looking for smaller teams for collaboration, etc. And once I do get back from my mental energy vacation, I will be doing announcements for stuff like that and see what we can get going as far as meetups like I was doing last month. So that being said, I'm going to shut her down. Don't forget, we do have a Patreon channel. If you'd be interested in that, we'll need your email. That way I can add you to the Substack. And then what we do is once we have more than 5 members there, I'll start using Substack. Substack will take your addresses and send each of you an invitation from my one address. And so it'll make it easier for me instead of like on Facebook. I will have to do like highlights so everybody sees it. That's kind of the idea behind Substack. So have yourselves a great week. I will miss you guys. If you have suggestions, please feel free to DM me on social media. That being said, enjoy the rest of your spring equinox and the Ostara Sabbath if you practice and follow. That being said, we'll see you guys a week from today on the 27th at 11 a.m. All right. So we are Paranormal Witchcraft, and this is the channel where we approach the paranormal differently. Containment over chaos, evidence over egos. Have yourselves a great week.